Welcome to episode 3 of the 10 Commandments of Bengali Cuisine. Thou shalt eat in an ordered manner. If you know any Bengalis, I'm going to tell you now anyway, you do not mix your food. That is one of the key things. So I think everyone thinks when you eat Indian food, everything's a thali and you mix everything. No, not with Bengali food. You don't actually mix your flavors. There's a pretty particular way of eating things. You start with your bitter, which we've already covered. Then you move on to your bhate or your sheddo. And that typically means something steamed or boiled. You cook it with your rice. So you would put it on top of the rice, same with your potato, and it would steam as the rice was cooking. So actually it's a pretty efficient use of like gas and electricity. That's where it comes from. Of times of scarcity, where you would add things together with your rice, but then firstly that amazing nutrient rich water from, let's say, the okra goes into your rice, which is amazing. Dharosh is a little bit slimy. I love different textures in food, so I'm a big fan of this. But even if you don't do this with dharosh, you can do it with pumpkin, you can do it with potato, you can do it with butternut squash, so many vegetables. You steam it in the microwave with a bit of water, strain the water, and then mash it up with shorshe tel. That's it, you heard me right. Very, very simple. So this sort of dish is called a bhate, right? It goes early on in the meal. So just after teto, you get a bhate, and then you move on to your other things. And again, as I'm getting older, I'm thinking about it in this way of like, imagine how good this is for your stomach, because you're having something bitter, you're getting your stomach ready, then you're having this like steamed, very fiber rich dish. Typically you mash this with your hands. Honestly, it's too hot for me to do that right now. That's when cheating and using a fork. I really love eating it as an adult. It's like something I eat so regularly. I can't even, so I'm like salivating while I'm cutting this actually. It's a problem. And then a little bit of green chili sliced up in there. Same mustard oil, a little bit, not much, like less than a teaspoon, and a pinch of salt. So you can actually add a little bit of raw onion into this for some crunch or some texture, but I don't feel like I need to today, so I'm gonna skip the onion. We love texture. I think that's something I'm also learning about my own cuisine. So much of Bengali food is dependent on different textures. There's like the softness, this is like the slight sliminess, which I think people really frown upon in food sometimes, but I think it's a really amazing thing to learn to appreciate and have in your diet. Ta-da, dharosh bhate. I would always watch Amma make this, and I think this is one of those things that would be specifically made for me in the house. Not everybody in my family loves it even. Got it. It's like goopy, but delicious, and I know a lot of people love this as well. It actually makes your hair really shiny. I'm pretty sure people are selling okra water or something, and if you eat it, that's the best way to do it. You don't need to do anything else with it. You know, cooking stuff like this really makes me appreciate that very minimal spicing needs to go into this stuff. You don't need a pantry. You don't need shelves and shelves of like grind masalas or any prep really. You just steam something or boil it, keep some of the water, and then you just put a bit of green chili. This is like, you know, if you've got minimal time, this is the sort of food that Bengali people eat when there's very little time and you need to get fed. This is what you do. I love doing this with so many different vegetables, genuinely, and if you just look up like the concept of a sheddo or a bhate, you won't find many recipes for sure, because there is no recipe to write as such. It's just the mustard oil and the salt, that's it. But what it is very present in homes and regular diets, and this is a real gem of a way to eat food. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click on that bell icon